Hey, Jalen.
How you doing, man?
Good. How you doing?
Good, man.
What stands out to you about this Carolina receiving core?
Yeah. I mean, definitely when you're talking about that receiving core, you can start with Robbie. He's a guy who's been doing it for a long time, super fast guy, can take the top off the defense. Then you got, DJ. Um, I mean, the guy who's his yards after catch. I think the biggest thing with us when it comes to him is getting him on the ground, when they do try to get the ball in his hands, because that's when he is at the best when he has the football in his hand in open space.
And whether it's Sam or PJ, does that change your kind of defensive philosophy depending on who's the quarterback back there, or do you just kind of have to follow your own keys?
Yeah, no, we have to follow our own keys, man. Regardless, at the end of the day, those guys over there, they're coached up really well, and I'm pretty sure they're preparing for us really well, regardless whoever the quarterback is going to be for this game. I mean, so we got to just prepare for both.
And when it comes to run support from the secondary, what do you see from Hubbard? He looks like a really big back that moves pretty well for a guy his size.
Yeah, definitely explosive for sure. That was one of the first things that I seen on tape from him. A guy who is, changing direction really well and trying to get downhill as fast as he can. So for sure, trying to get that guy down and tackle him, because he is a big part of our offense right now.
Thanks, Jim.
Mm.
Next question, Dan Roach, please.
Hi, Jalen. How you doing?
How you doing, man?
Good, thanks. I won't give you 12 questions like Jim McBride just did. Just kidding. Just a thought on where you guys are as a team, and how good do you feel about yourselves? You got back to 500 now and have an opportunity here Sunday in Carolina to keep things going in the direction that you want.
Yeah, I think the biggest focus right now is just trying to get better one day at a time, and that's on all three phases: offense, defense, and special teams. Just making those daily deposits, each and every day. And then when Sunday comes, we're prepared and we're ready to go, and we're just out there playing fast and having fun.
And how much do you like this team as you guys evolve here into a team?
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I mean, we faced adversity really early. We know the standard here as being a Patriot, and we faced adversity early, and nobody, was walking around with their head down, moping, sad. It was just like, okay, we fell short on that one. We got to come back in here next week and put our hard cats on and get to work.
Thank you.
Sir.
Any further questions for Jalen?
Sure, I'll throw one more in if Dan Roach doesn't mind. How much growth?
That's okay, Jim. It's fine.
Jalen, how much growth have you seen from Joejuan Williams this summer and then heading into the season?
Yeah, man, that's a guy who's, he's coming in and he's putting his hard hat on. He's working, he's asking questions in the meeting room before practice. He's getting extra work in, and then even after practice, he's doing the same. And that's what you want to see from a young guy like him. Always trying to get better each and every day.
Thanks.
And we'll do two more questions. Alex Barth, followed by Chris Ryan.
Hey, Jalen, I'm just wondering, you guys have such a late bye week this year, and even, the Thursday night games late, you don't get that kind of half an extra week. How are you doing physically? And are you doing anything different than you did other years to just sort of, maintain yourself physically on a week-to-week basis?
No, kind of the same preparation that I've been had, since I've gotten in the league, getting in the routine, whether it's, coming in the morning, getting in the tubs, getting treatment, after practice, doing the same thing. I think that's the biggest thing is knowing that we do have a little bit longer season because of the bye week, like you said, in the Thursday night game. It's just, you really have to try to live in the training room as far as keeping your body up.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Final question, Chris Ryan.
Hey, Jalen, hope all is well with you. Apologize if you've been asked this already, but just what jumps out at you when you look at the film about the Carolina offense, and particularly, Christian McCaffrey and what you've seen from him on tape?
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about McCaffrey, you're talking about, one of the best backs in the league, period. Whether it's him running the ball in between the tackles, outside of the tackles, or, catching the ball, out the backfield. He's an explosive guy, one of the best guys, like I said, in the league when it comes to him. And I mean, as far as his offense, they are, you can tell those guys are coached really, really well. And the guys that they're trying to get the ball, they're hard to tackle for sure.
when you're playing against elite players like McCaffrey, can at times you kind of become too focused on a guy and hype him up a little bit too much, and maybe at times you kind of let guys who aren't as hyped but may have the same type of skill kind of not get the appropriate attention? Is that something that the guys can fall into, or pretty even keel in regard to that?
Never. This is the NFL at the end of the day. You can't take anybody for granted, regardless if they are a name or they're not a name. I mean, at the end of the day, this is the NFL. That means whatever 11 guys that are out there, they're the best out there for, that one play. So you can't take nobody for granted. And when you're talking about focusing in too much, if he does play and he is in the game, you definitely have to know where he is. But that goes into also, like you're saying, you can't just try to focus in too much on him, because they do have plays where they may use him as a decoy, and that's getting somebody else the ball, and you do see that on film. So if he does play, we definitely have to know where he is on the field at all times. But for sure, just going out there and playing our style of defense.
Bill was talking earlier today about how the media and us kind of make the Patriots seem as though they're not don't have as much fun as they do behind the scenes. Is that something that you've noticed during your time here, that this group perhaps it's underrated, the behind the scenes aspect of things, where you guys are able to have fun? And is Bill a part of that, or does he just kind of let it happen?
Yeah, definitely. When I can say this, when it's time to work, it's time to work. Everybody knows that when we're on the field, we're in the meetings, everybody is here to work. We're all serious and we're trying to get the job done. Outside of that, of course, we're human. We want to have fun, we want to joke, we want to laugh, play card games or whatever it may be. So for sure, I think that me just being here, coming here to a new team, definitely when it's time to work, it's time to work. But like now after practice, we're taking our thinking caps off, and then we're going to enjoy ourselves and our teammates.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Jalen. We appreciate it.
Yeah.